look at them while we're doing this one. I know.
Those four, and then exemptions.
All right.
Sorry, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. March 23rd minutes. Does it say 23rd on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because this is the 16th that she printed on. Okay.
Mine says the 23rd.
Yeah, okay, all right, we're good.
At the hour of 10 a.m., the Board of Commissioners of McCone County, Montana met in regular session with Lonnie Jensen and Ellen Stemple, President. Presiding officer Ellen Stemple called the meeting to order. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited. Commissioner Jensen moved to approve the agenda. Commissioner Stemple seconded the motion, and the motion passed 2-0. The March 16, 2026 minutes were approved as amended. Commissioner Jensen reported on the MDT meeting he attended in Glendive on March 18th, 2026 for road repair updates. Mayor Shannon, Town of Circle, met with the board to begin discussions on extending the contract for law enforcement with the Town of Circle. Roger Sheriff, Circle Fire Chief, met with the board to discuss the fireman's ball, current fire conditions, and equipment purchase. Kerry Phillips, South Road Foreman, met with the board by phone to discuss excess equipment for a future auction and road repairs. Tandy Kasner, Extension Agent, Doug Shenham Construction, and Uriah Kirkegaard Construction, met with the board to discuss the new fairgrounds buildings. Commissioner Jensen moved to approve the purchase of a replacement building for approximately $380,000 and a foundation with preparation work for approximately $248,000. And Commissioner Stemple seconded. Motion passed 2-0. Anita Crockett, Treasurer, met with the board to present the updated cash reconciliation and investment reports for January 2026 and February 2026. Commissioner Jensen moved to approve the reports, and Commissioner Stemple seconded. Motion passed 2-0. The meeting was open to public participation at 1 p.m. Nancy Stemple, GIS Coordinator, met with the board to discuss upcoming GIS training. Commissioner Stemple abstained from the discussion. The board reviewed and approved voucher number 1035 for the amount of...
Lonnie, is there a period? The board reviewed and approved. Is there a period in there?
There's a period in there.
So take that out. Okay. Okay. Board reviewed and approved voucher 1035. Okay.
For the amount of $37.49 for a fuel purchase. Carrie Eisinger, Deputy Clerk and Recorder, met with the board to discuss county issues. Paul Skyberg, Sheriff, met with the board to discuss law enforcement issues. Correspondence occupied the board for the rest of the day. The meeting adjourned at 5 p.m. I move to approve the amended minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. No. I guess I'm just getting better amended than non-amended.
Yep.
So you got the payroll deductions and the officers' reports.
The officers' reports, looks like we got them all. So.
Okay.
You'll have to stamp them.
Oh, I gotta get it. Let's see. These two are the payrolls.
These need your signature, I think.
That's payroll, that's good. Time sheets.
I am looking at them right now.
Yeah, there's no good spots on those officers' reports for stamping, but kind of just have to force it in there. I wonder if there's supposed to be something for the CDBG drawing. I'm not seeing a
That.
form to sign.
That's for this final draw request, isn't it?
It doesn't say a claim, so. I'm gonna ask Terry real quick.
How many hours did Herb get? 8
It's
hours?
16,
He's got.
16 a week, yeah, 8 days.
Yeah, yeah. What he's doing. He must be working some overtime on his own. I didn't sign the top two. I think I should sign my own anyway. So.
Yeah.
If anything, it's gonna be an email from Christine for that CPW. If she sent us something that says final. Or it just says CDBG draw. So we can table it for now.
Maybe you'll have to call her. I
Yeah.
didn't see like the draw sheet and,
Yeah, we can,
which I'm thinking she wants to after that one email anyways. with
Yeah. we can check with her this afternoon. And we're recording that morning.
Okay.
You're welcome to stay, but as long as you're here, I thought the Z-Tron was gonna be like 80 grand. Oh, here it is.
the-
You gotta just keep looking deeper
This is
in.
the installation.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
77,
Let's see, this is the new one, cause she added the wireless, headsets. So this is the corrected one. And it's actually, I think, cheaper,
it is.
so.
So it's just, but
So,
that is just the final number. It's not that plus this.
well, and that's why I'm confused too.
Okay, we might have to call her and then see.
And what's the V-Tron, I'm sorry.
This is for the dispatch center,
Okay.
and there's
Oh,
E-Tron
yeah.
is like their system.
Yep.
I don't know if it's what it's called or the brand name or whatever, but the current update she said is for 75 grand. But there's also a top sheet.
And this is for tab to install the top.
Oh, so it's, okay, so
So
it's,
they're the ones that installed the
so these are
original.
two separate, okay, now I got it. Okay,
So,
so it's gonna be two separate.
yes,
Okay, all right, we're tracking now. Cool, perfect time, thanks.
yes.
So the CDBG, we can call Christine after lunch sometime. So this Z-Tron, they've had Z-Tron forever
Yeah.
down there. And then there's a bid to bill it or to buy it, but Z-Tron doesn't install it, so it would be a tab. It's a different deal to install it, so it's two separate projects.
And what do you mean by buy it? We've been leasing it or?
No,
Oh.
it's like an upgrade,
Oh, okay.
so,
The
because
original one, they had some issue.
yeah, it's getting old. So this is like a new and improved version. But it's more of an update because originally, I think the Z-Tron's the one we had issues with when we spent. They're like the only ones in the world that do this and so we went ahead and bought it and then they're like, you should have got out to bid. So we learned a lesson on that, but so I think this is the upgrade to what is there.
Okay.
And this is something they have in their budget or what?
They have in their, they're in their one for equipment and stuff. There's enough money in there. I looked it up. I wanna say there's 110,000.
Carrie checked it when it first came through.
Yeah, I wanna make sure that's where they were taking out of.
Yeah, because that's literally the question she asked. Either where does it come from or how's it get paid? I forget what the question is. So, yeah.
And that's where she put there, yeah. And they're also getting a bid on their phone system. I know, I haven't seen total yet.
And getting laptops too. Are they getting a bunch of laptops?
Yeah, Paul's getting refurbished laptops for all the officers.
And I think he's taken,
Yeah, he had someplace else to pull
Yeah.
down.
So what we got
This is coming
total
up.
due is 67,695.
No, the total bill is
No, I meant on the one and then you got the
yeah,
90.
well, it's like 75 on one to buy it.
On the bottom of this, it says we will be paying the Z-Tron the connected care annually, so they deducted that from the total due in 2026.
Oh, so the net total then.
Yeah, but it's
Okay,
67.
I gotcha. So we're approving the net, not the list.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. So Ty, do you want to make a motion?
I will make that motion.
And
to approve it.
what's the number on it?
Page 2.
Yeah. So you're,
The customer number?
no, you're looking for the net amount?
Oh, the net amount on it is $67,695.11.
Okay.
And is that including this estimate? Is that a different one?
There's two, well, so the estimate,
It's just like,
that's for the installation.
okay,
So that's completely different. The Zetron system is that's the motion, that's the
okay, all right, gotcha.
67 and change.
Yep,
And then, but I would take a second motion for the installation of the Zetron.
from Lab Tech Knowledge Electronics. I can make that
Okay.
motion.
So he tied his motion on both the system and the installation as separate projects. And then what's it's 9,700
Yep,
for
9,700.
the installation. Okay,
Second and second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, both motion pass. Okay. And then we'll have to email. Can email right before lunch, because I think she wanted this like a week ago. So we can email right before lunch. Okay. Drug task force. This is the standard one.
Yeah,
Londa can probably better explain it.
and the computer came alive.
Thought we were paying annual fee, or is this, I thought we.
I didn't think we paid him anything. I thought that was just,
Yeah.
it's basically like a mutual aid agreement.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
So this is we've been doing this forever.
Yeah,
So to me, the benefit, I mean, Paul signed it for one
yeah.
as a sheriff, and to me, it's a benefit, but. Well, you want to make them?
I move that we accept that MOU with the Eastern Montana Drug Task Force.
Great.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. Okay, action for Eastern Montana contract. So
And that's where we're given that money we get every year.
this is for the, yeah. It's block grant money. It goes to, this is what Jan goes to that board down in Glendive.
Yeah.
So, it helps people, yeah, Section 8 housing, aging, Head Start, youth education. So, yeah, again, it's actually an agreement with them.
I'll make a motion to approve the action for East Montana contract.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
My motion passes 3-0. Antex contract repair. So this CATEX is, it's basically the start of, the runway project. So this is gonna be, because it's almost all of it's gonna have to be FAA money.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hate to say it, we don't really have a choice. It's kind of the way it works. But, and here's whatever, 100 pages, and it's got pictures and everything else, but, yeah. So, and it's one of those things they needed the signature page, but we can always back out. But this is the next step in getting the large runway project completed. And at this point, they're not asking for anything, any extra funds from the county. It'll either be the money that's already in the airport's budget or the FAA money. And then this is also where they'll start pulling in all those times we gave our FAA money to some other random airport.
Yeah.
So for 20+ years, then they're gonna go around and collect everybody, and then going forward. Cause I'm sure it's gonna exceed what we would have been allocated, and there'll be some money from other spots as well. It's all gonna be FAA money. But if we exceed it, then they can go to other airports and say, okay, you give us your money this year.
Yeah.
And we'll, for the next 10, 20 years, Circle's gonna be in the same boat of, okay, this year, this is where our money goes.
Yeah,
You need a motion to approve the contract?
I do.
All right, I do so will move.
Okay,
I second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, good. That way that's the next step in the airport, so that's good. Next one up is the Staley contract.
Is this for the,
Engineering.
on the footings or the,
I think it's continued work with them.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think it's
I
just
don't think
renewing
it's
the
a
contract.
specific.
I see we'd had an email from them on the cost of doing the footings.
Yeah.
On those two quonsets, but
No, we haven't committed yet to that. And honestly, I don't really want to commit to that until the next budget year. We've had a lot of surprise expenses this year across the whole county.
Yeah, until we see what the insurance is actually gonna pay.
Right. Yeah, and I feel a lot better after that conversation with the insurance guy, but I think we've got it. It's like, until the money's
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
it's not going back out, so.
Yeah, put the
I haven't
cart before the horse.
kind of,
And I don't think people have a problem with that. I mean, what did we commit to? Almost 600,000
Yeah,
last meeting? And that's a lot of money, but we still have some insurance money on hand. Because it's like everything, there's gonna be unexpected expenses with that too,
of course there will.
so.
Yeah. I will approve the Staley Engineering Associate contract.
On your second,
yep.
all in
Second,
favor, say aye.
all right,
I guess I shouldn't say approve, I will recommend we
Yeah,
do.
we knew what your motion meant. So, so yeah, we talked about the fair building contract. Uriah is in the process. He needed approval right away, so we gave him that so he can get the building ordered and get it delivered. Doug is not finished yet in pulling up what's down there, but he's got a plan for doing it. And then I haven't seen any other expenses come in yet. So we'll have to get Doug paid his. Well, I think we wait till he's got the concrete off. Cause he's not in a big rush to get paid.
when I talked to him last week, I think he just had the stuff with the rebar left in it and he wasn't sure what, the city had hauled off all the stuff
Yeah,
for the lagoon over here that didn't have any metal in it, but, yeah.
okay, so good on that. Anybody have committee reports?
I don't.
I don't have a committee report per se, but, everybody else good. I got a call from Congressman Downing. His people, where was I? Oh, I was coming back from a meeting in Miles City and like, I was supposed to have a call with him between 3 and 4, and it's about our grants that went in. And I'm sitting in Terry, just gassed up, and I get a call from one of his people. Okay, well, he has a change in his schedule. Can you get a call between 2 and 3? And it was about 2:45. I was like, well, so long as he doesn't call until 2, I should be back into reception going through Terry. So, I scoot along and I actually made it all the way here. I'm literally walking up the stairs and he calls. So he's unable to put forward the grant for the fairgrounds building. So, but he's he's pretty confident that the courthouse security system and a law enforcement vehicle are both good candidates. So at this point, he's not asking for anything else. He's not looking forward. He just wanted us to know that, out of the 5 we submitted, he thinks that 2 have a very strong chance of being approved, but it has to go through the process, et cetera, et cetera. And, I mean, he not that he was apologizing about not getting them all through, but he was just very clear that there's limited funds. This is a way to get some projects done. So I told him we appreciated even having the opportunity to try for it.
Yeah.
So, and if we can, because this courthouse security, how many years has it been that Paul's been trying to get us? That was probably last year, trying to get us to do.
Yeah.
But if we can get that and a law enforcement vehicle, because even with the new vehicle from the town circle, they're running vehicles over 200,000 miles, which you're used to it, but.
Yeah, I buy them with that many miles on them.
Yeah.
No, I mean, as part of law enforcement.
Yeah.
But to ask our guys to respond high speed,
Yeah.
I mean, they do a good job of maintenance, but still,
Yeah.
The older it is and the more miles. So hopefully, hopefully that comes through. So,
The only thing that could have been better on that was the application period. When we had like a week.
yeah.
We had like a week to get
Yeah.
everything done.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. But what I told them is now we've got, of course, I wasn't able to save the applications I put in, but I have the general information that we put forward. So I think this is gonna become an annual thing. So, what could be looked at is, say January of next year, talking about, okay, if this project or this comes through again, what would be the projects we want to put forward? Because it would be great to have more letters of support, to have a better, like a road grader. We could have asked one of the guys, hey, in a month, can you give me a ballpark for what a road grader would cost? Because we're like, well, this is what we paid. Paul went on his knowledge for what a law enforcement vehicle. The only one we really knew for sure was the security system. And after that, it's like an educated guess. But start looking at it in January, and then we would have a much better project or much better presentation. So it'd be nice.
Oh, good. Get a phone call.
This is
Warner, we're getting.
Good morning. You've reached McCone County Commissioners. You have all 3 of us. And the warning is we're being recorded. We have, and it's been approved and yeah.
Virginia, we're gonna send you an email. We were gonna send it to you before lunch. We're kind of running out of time on that. But so we have the installation and the Zetron were both approved. Cool. Thanks for checking.
Yeah, you too. Thanks. Bye.
The only thing I want to bring up, and I hope there's listeners actually listen to this, because we got road crew guys that are working on the road crew getting stopped and told how to do stuff, and they're doing what their boss tells them.
Oh,
I
like
don't think that,
taxpayers are pulling
Yes.
over the.
I don't think that's the appropriate way to work with it. They either call us or they call Kerry.
Yeah.
They don't need to be stopping the road crew guys that are out trying to do something and
Yeah.
shut them down to chew them out or tell them what to do.
Yeah, tell them how to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't go to a business and have some guy in there come in and tell you how to do it after your boss told you how to do it
Right.
and expect to keep the job.
Yeah.
So I just want to, we want to keep our guys. We don't want them to.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it's, they're all, I get it, they're all independent young men, but still the the responsibility goes to Carrie.
Yes,
So, yeah,
Yeah.
then if they've got complaints, I mean, if they want to stop and say, doing a great job,
Yeah.
here's a so.
or have
something
a
like that.
question for them,
Yeah.
where they're going or something.
Yeah, or to
Yeah.
ask for Carrie's number or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they've got an issue or recommendations, yeah, you're right. It does need to go to Carrie.
Or us.
Yeah, or us, that's true.
That's my piece.
Yeah, no, I'm wondering if we want to have like a, cause we could, print out like a 3x5 card or something with Carrie's number and our number.
Yeah, I think so.
And that way, I mean, it's, obviously they're gonna, okay, they'll pull over and listen to them a little bit.
Yeah.
But, here's,
Here's who you call.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good idea.
cause that way, I mean, it'll get some people mad. But if not, our guys have to get their phones out. And they're gonna know, like, Trey's gonna know your number, Colton might know your number.
But they'll all know Carrie, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
right, but it's just easy.
Exactly, I'll agree.
Or like a business card.
Yeah.
We could have Carrie print up business cards and
Yeah.
there you go. I mean, either way. Yes, we're still recording.
So she just was asking to, you guys approved it and you did.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna email her before lunch, but we're running out of time on that. So we told her we're still. gonna
We
follow
just
up.
run out of time.
Yeah. So yes, yep, she asked, we told her, yep, we're all good.
Well, it looks like we can adjourn the meeting.
Yeah.